So I figured I'd hop on for a minute. Um, it's been one of those days again, right? Um, but oh, and I don't even know where to begin. I don't know whether to begin with the psychics or the weirdos or you know, I don't know. But anyway, yeah. So maybe the psychics is where we should start. And you'll see my little friend here. She needed some time out, so she is out for now. And I say little because once she's grown, she will reach 14 plus feet. Right now, she's still just a baby. We've had her for a while since she was itty bitty, but anyway, and she's been in a mood lately. Right, right, and
I locked the door.
you locked the door. Okay, a little bit. You're gonna have to. So anyway, I know what you're trying to do. Um, you're a little chilly. I'm gonna turn your little stuff up. So anyway, she's leaving some time. Hold it. So anyway, um, the crazies in the inbox today are real. I had a psychic, 12, like always. But my thing is like, they keep wanting to, I don't know what they want from me, honestly. I mean, and they come in and they're always like, they always ask me pointed questions, right? Um, and I'm like, well, dang, like, why are you asking me? You're the psychic. I don't, I don't really understand. Um, like, if you're the psychic, why do I have to give you explicit answers? Shouldn't you know, right? But that's not the way that works out. And I think they take it like I'm being rude, but seriously, if you're the psychic, why are you coming to my inbox and asking me pointed questions? Like, did so and so do it? What about this one? What do you like? You're the psychic, you tell me. And for me, I think a lot of people have intuition, unlocked centers, all kinds of things. The human brain is a very strange thing. But I've met very few. I think have I don't know what you call it. Um, I'll give you an example. When I was young, my aunt at the time, let me see, we'd all been at, I see you, we had all been at a place called Saluda's, I believe is what it's called at the time. Anyway, I was obviously there way before age. Don't ask. But there was this Marine that I had found, and anyway, long story short, yeah, had a few drinks, etc. So anyway, this also coincided with like right after my great grandmother passing away, and there was something specific my great grandmother said to me before she died that if you ever watch somebody die, and I'm sure many of you have, especially when it comes to grandparents, great grandparents. Hey Jesse, um, when it's not a traumatic like death, but an elder, somebody going slower, there'll come a point for a few days beforehand, right? They're not really lucid, they're not there with you, but the last couple of days or the last day or hours before they pass, they seem to not only get extremely lucid, but it's like bizarre, like something unlocks for them. They know who everybody is again. They seem like they're honestly on the upswing, right? But they're not. It's the body's last, I think, effort at living, maybe, or being present. But that's where my great grandmother was. And so those final hours, I talked to her and she had said something to me. And at the time, nobody kind of, there have been like, a few incidents here and there other than like psychological, mental, whatever, right, at that point. But she was like, she said something specific. It was like she knew what was coming with Andy and warned me about it. And I was like, man, and it's something, and I can remember it verbatim, but something that always stuck with me. And it was something I never shared or talked about. Anyway, so, come later on as the Marine and dating or whatnot, right? And so my aunt at the time was real into psychics, whatever. And there was this woman she knew of, like in the backwoods of Virginia, like straight up hills, have eyes territory. And so, like, we go over there. I'm just like, whatever, not my thing. How you doing, baby? And we go in, and this house, y'all, it's what you'd expect, like backwoods Virginia. But there's this woman, and I don't know, Jesse, what did the baby corn ask the mom corn? And so we go in, and this woman just has a plain deck of cards, right? And and nothing fancy, and her whole deal is like, you don't pay her. You just whatever you want to donate at the end, right? But here she is, she has like 12 kids of her own. They're all running amok. All of them are definitely not 18. All right, Jesse, that was just cheesy enough to win the night. I needed that laugh. I love you. Where is popcorn indeed? So, this one, I'm like, I don't really want to read, it's not my thing. But she has all these kids running around. They're definitely not old enough to be having babies of their own, but here she is. They're like, she already has like ninth generation in the house, and nobody's like above 30. I don't even think she was above 30, but she looked 95, right? But this one's like, you know what? I'll just do your cards anyway. And I pick out a couple, regular, like, playing cards. And put them down. These things are so weathered and worn. I couldn't even afford a new 12-cent deck, right? And so I love you, Jesse. And anyway, so this woman, without, and the thing is, like, my aunt didn't know the words that my great grandmother had spoken to me. Nobody did. And Stacy, at this point, I assume that it's some sort of like my own personal assigned Fed takes exception to Wi-Fi signal, and I just don't know. I can't tell you these days. So anyway, nobody knew these words except me, and there was a tattoo on that Marine fella, that I'm sure that my aunt North Psychic, I don't know. I'm sure lots of people seen that tattoo eventually, but not anyway. So anyway, this woman, she tells me word for word what my great grandmother said to me, and like it made my skin crawl. Every hair stood up like on your body. She described this fella I dated for like, 2-3 hours. What? Look at me, like, don't judge me. Don't judge me. Anyway, so she described this fella's tattoo to a T, and it's a problem for me, guys. It's been a lifelong problem. It's a uniform problem. Like I said, Andy was not my type. So anyway, I like rougher hands. Smell good. I'm like, he stunk. Yeah, it didn't matter what you did. This car. It's like living with Linus, y'all. I think that's his name. Pigpen. I don't know. But anyway, Andy was so far from my type. So far. Oh, and all the good years wasted on that particular area. Oh dear. If there were many. So anyway, because for most of that I was a smaller one, then you're dating this really big fella, and that's the truth. I'm not trying to judge anybody, but you can't do and get to where you need to, Anyway, then we all see what happens after he can see his own feet, probably because of meth. Truth is truth, and I'm just petty lately. So anyway, because it all coincided with longer sources the past 4 years. Trust me, seems to be. All right, I'm not gonna be petty on him right now. But what my point is that oh my gosh, puppies, y'all, I'm being distracted from all sides. It's happening. Don't you come up here with that look on your face, Pickles. No, ma'am. So my point is that no, ma'am. is that, I think some people have something about them maybe, but I think most people in this particular case, because trust me, most days, oh dear, look, for months I stayed quiet online. I'd watch all these Facebook groups, this and the other, when I did get online, because trust me, most of us could not stomach it or what the public was saying. It was just watching everybody chase their tails and talk out their ass, and all that much ain't changed, let me tell you. But I only made one comment in all those months, and it was on a news thing, and it was to a family member. But it was left as a breadcrumb, and it kind of, anyway. Anyway, the only place that I started commenting, and I'm surprised it didn't really out us center, was because I took really, really great exception with that one lady. Oh, y'all, she would be on here with you all, telling you all one thing. Meanwhile, she wouldn't even come past the curb in the hollow. And me and the kids would stand on the bank and listen to her talk, her and her people that come with her, and squeal and be like, the dogs. And, oh my God, this woman was so extra and such a liar. And she was lying to all of you. Like, that woman was a hot ass mess. Telling y'all she'd been there all day. She was there 4.5 minutes. So we made it like a sport, stand up on the bank and laugh at her. Because I just didn't like her. Anyway, knew she was a fraud, and she would get back on her Facebook at night in a hotel and be like, well, I'm leaving now. I don't have the money, but also I'm not making money on, and whatever else. And then people will be like, like Carnival Barker, and the same thing you see with that con fundraiser with the YouTubers. You just man chatter, and it'd be a sudden rush of what can we do to help keep you stay? And then you see it's Carnival ass bullshit's been around since longer than horses were being ridden, for Lord's sakes. So there comes the cry of, and there comes the audience pushing in money, right? And there's a specific term for those people, and I can't remember, but they're basic plants, Anyway, so that's what she would do, and then there's more money every night. But then by the next day, and then after that live would finish, then she would delete it, and then she would like post something threatening the neighbors, or if we didn't all do this, or we needed to speak that, and she was coming for us, and whatever else, and like my hair needs your help, whatever it might, honestly. So anyway, yeah, this is what we're gonna do now. You're gonna slide off, goofball. See, there you go. Pantene, not made for snakes. I feel you back there. We're gonna move you. So anyway, but she would then erase the videos, and then she would like call out neighbors, and it's like New Jersey threatening. I don't know what these people online think they're doing with us, but that stuff don't work here. Like, what are you playing at? It's laugh worthy. I'm taking my rings off because her scales are catching on it. Don't you do it. I feel you. And and it was a cycle over and over and over again, for weeks. And then about the owls of being healed. Like this one letter, dude, those owls sat on our mailbox. They followed us home at night. They waited for me to park, and the owl would follow me up. There were several of them. And I have videos on here throughout the years, but most of those are logs. But I can share them right. Like, you can go up and pet these. Like, we all know them. They're familiar to us. And there are a couple different kinds. But yeah, like this lady's like, oh, it means something. I'm like, ma'am. No. So anyway, I would go troll her at night. It was like my one little thing. I just cannot stand that lady. I can't. So, anyway. So I figure I'm going to offer a psychic challenge. I'm not joking. Not even the least. I know the smile's here, but I'm not joking. So the first psychic, in my inbox, online here, the ones that's out, I don't know, whatever your flavor is online lately. The first one of you that can come to my inbox, or whatever method you want to use here, without actually speaking to me more than hi, and can tell me something that's not publicly available, easily discernible by my videos, or some vague ass bullshit like, oh, I see danger in your future, girl, like, or, you're struggling, or your health, or whatever other vague bullshit. First one that can tell me something, oh, I don't know, I'm pretty open book, that's the thing, but significant that other people wouldn't know. It's not a background report, not something easily gleaned. I'll give you the reading you want. So, there's a psychic challenge. One of y'all can do that, then I'll give you the reading you want on the whole summer thing. Like, I have no issue with that. But, yeah, not until then. Anyway, yeah, that's where I stand with that. So psychic challenge is out there. There you go. And also, there's something else. Oh, the thing going around, it's been spreading like wildfire the past 2 or 3 days, especially in the little, I don't know, they're kind of like little YouTube channel pieces, like, I don't know, like the crusty part of like underwear or something. It's definitely coming from the goofier places. But now the problem is it's starting to reach the mainstream groups. And I'm real done hearing it. Which is that somehow I've gotten mass amounts of money, and I'm living in a multi-million-dollar home, and I've just bought myself a brand spanking new car. I just want y'all to know that is all untrue, as you can see. The internet cracks me up. So, yeah, not true. Obviously, it takes 2 seconds to 2 seconds is all it takes. I don't know. People just believe anything and then spread it like it's truth. And then there comes the problem, right? So anyway. And then there's that whole, everybody keeps sticking on the word suspect. Seems like lately, past, I don't know, since Dr. Phil, right? Seems to be a big thing. Like, not only most did anybody, not even the internet, really stick on the word suspect. Like, but here we are. And I don't know if people are just, I don't know why suddenly that's a thing with everybody. Not because certain behaviors on certain places from certain people are making it a thing. Because some people seem to be taking great exception with that word. But, like, some of us that would seem like normal, right? Like, people on here keep being like, oh, well, they've not cleared you. They know that. I don't care. That's the thing. I don't care. I know what I've been told recently, voluntarily without me asking, because I don't care. I have not cared. Like, I'm the next door neighbor. We heard things. Like, that's why I've continued from day one, because I thought maybe that might speed up the process, eliminate things, in at least somewhat of a way, right? So I've offered lie detector tests, whatever help was needed, to try to help them clear faster and find somewhere a little faster. But I understand they've got to look, and and I don't care. But other people are just all sideways about it. I'm like, but why? Why do you care if you're still a suspect? Or why do you care if that word's being used? Or why are people suddenly stuck on the word suspect? Like, hell, like, Summer's missing, y'all. The word, like, who gives a shit about a word? Like, what? I think people are concentrating on all the wrong things. Like, give them time. Like, seriously, give them time to do their jobs. And I mean, that's a whole lot of paperwork. And then when you've got crazies online calling in things and bullshit tips and, making calls about us because we're speaking online, which I tell you, some people maybe need some calls because they can't hate on them. But, like, that's not a dirty word. Like, so be it until they can clear you and do their jobs. Like, I take fucking offense to that. So whatever. Summer's the main objective here. Getting her found, whoever did this found, that's the objective. So quit being salty about that word. Quit being hung up on it. But also I find it strange people are losing their shit. Let's go back a little bit here. Because here some people are just being real extra. Like, there's this whole blue van thing, right? Now, this blue van thing was, like I was just now being mentioned on Dr. Phil. No, it wasn't. It was kind of mentioned to, Chris, McDonough, right? In one of the first Candace interviews at the lake. But, I think these are now two separate things. And the thing is that at that point, I don't know how long after Summer went missing that was. I think, about a month or so. But in that story, it's that Grandis had seen a blue van over in our driveway. And blah, 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 right? But she didn't think anything about it because she thought it might be my company. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Like, that's something on all day she would immediately message me about. You want to know why? Because out of all the people in there, we were the youngest, but we had the least company. Like, I can name on my hands in all those years how many people or visitors I had there. And she knew how I was with PTSD. People just don't show up in my driveway, and I don't just have company. And so if somebody's down there, it should be alarming, and it always was. Like, she would message going, do you have somebody up there, or something, and, kind of keep an eye out like that right there in that one spot. And there's a certain spot in their windows above the basement door that you can kind of start to see where somebody would park in my driveway. And it's the first spot you can really kind of pick up. So they did have visual, at a certain point there. But the thing about that is, she was trying to imply that Grandis had seen dogs. And that's not true. Unless something really weird transpired today. Because I remember in the evening at one point, I believe the evening before summer disappeared, Candace being at the driveway down there, the light was cresting. I believe it was after the police had left and dogs had been there. She comes down, the boys are running around, and things. And I believe one of the puppies at the time had fallen into the creek that particular day because there was a thing there. And I was like, I've still got to run one straight away that goes beside of ours in between the other. Either way, but I believe I had to tell him that evening that Dobbs was there. When he was driving, Candace, just as of a couple weeks ago, she asked me for the pictures of Dobbs because she did not have them. We were the only one in possession of them. And I sent them to her. They were not supposed to go beyond that, but she's obviously shared them with somebody that's now sharing them with other people like they're theirs to do so with, and that's not going to fly. However, so then by the time Dr. Phil comes, there's this whole blue van thing again. Well, it turns out apparently Dobbs actually has recently bought a blue van. I don't know. I don't keep up with the guys on top of my list. I don't care. So I don't know, because now it is a blue van. And at one point, they were mentioning a blue van that does belong in the Hollow, and so is the internet that they took pictures of. It belongs to one of Andy's family members, was well known in there, Oh, dear. Hold on. This thing is attached to the phone. Can you let go? Ma'am. Come over here with your slither. Thank you. God, you're being very hick and bad. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what the hell that's all about. And then people are being like, oh, the pictures, there's a lot of wreckers. What? How do y'all go from red truck to blue plate? And they're like, oh, dear, the people, man. The people online are wild. You should see some of it. They're trying to tell me plates don't come back to this. They don't come back to that. Yes, they do. No. Every day I'm left in awe. It's like the damn blind leading the blind, chasing tails. Nothing constructive. But anyway. And then, my favorite is continuing targeting. Because part of what that call was the other night was Candace playing stupid with me. But does your mom have a red truck? This is how I knew somebody else was involved in this call. Okay. Or she just really burnt her damn brain cells out that far. But I knew better. She's known about this truck for years. But while we were moving, Candace was up at my house. So were the PIs, y'all. This motherfucker should have been on video. But I know that Candace and all of us had talked about the truck. Because, obviously all these law enforcement agencies knew about it. And I can pinpoint before summer disappeared the exact date that my mom had come down there, which is maybe 1 out of 5 times in the whole 10 years. But she had come to take me palliative care because homie, at that point was always keeping my car because Lord knows he and Oho back next door gas station needed it to eat lunch in. I didn't need it for my cancer care or anything, did I? So, and a lot of times I couldn't drive myself depending on what ship I was in. So my mom had picked me up, and I gave them the exact date that my mom was there last. And then they come and they vetted the truck. Truck was cleared. I mean, it's all glittery and stickers, and definitely female. No letter rack. And I don't even think it's the right damn model. But anyway, Candace in the last days I was moving things. Look, y'all, she was outside it in the driveway, spent hours there beside it. She knew this truck existed. But then the other on a call, whoever she's around, whoever's having to record this or do whatever, she's playing stupid. It's, does your mom have a, my girl, and then playing stupid, whoever it was made this call to an address I'm not at the other day, and here they are, because I guess they hadn't got news because nobody's talking back to them about, and this tells me that the call that came in was potentially all of them targeting me. But someone called the feds and DCS, right? And it was some bizarre, wild stuff. But we all knew better. It's basically like a high and by. So anyway, but yeah, this thing had already been vetted, checked out. But the truck had been mentioned. They went and looked at it again. But that tells me right there that Candace was fishing for the information to see what was said to me or told to me, because she knows exactly who made that call. And I guess what it has to do with? It has to do with Summer's body, right? And all these things. And so, and Andy, of course. Well, who was hot on that shit, all of a sudden pushing that shit out online? Huh? Yeah, right. And so, there are things there that gave the bullshit game away almost immediately. But then Candace pretended she didn't know where I actually lived. And I was like, girl, you know where I'm at. Like, I have your stuff, whatever. No. And I'll say, it's like, I see you all every day as you pass by. What are you talking about? No, I don't know where you're at. Like, who are you playing stupid for over on that end? Right? And this is, of course, before the drunk happens for the night. So I know something's real wrong. But playing stupid on so many fronts and then pressing and pushing about where Andy's at and who the new girl, all this. Well, no one. And I'm like, who wants to know this, Candace? Well, and she's like, well, at first if somebody would know, and the next time it was, well, the feds will know. I was like, dude, they know where he is. Like, they have literally been there. They can find him. And the court has his number. Like, well, no. So who the hell wants to know where Andy is and why? And I ain't trying to protect him, but something's up. I'm not giving you where he is or whatever. Like, hell, it's on tax records. Feds just instantly. But they had been over there to interview him at points after summer, missing all kinds of things to bet that he'd been on camera all day. All day. Not off camera. There are cameras inside the building, inside the bay, inside the gas station where the floor was, like, give me a break. So, anyway, why are you fishing, right? Why the hell are you fishing him for who? Who wants to know where he is? Because I'll tell you damn sure ain't the feds. And what it is you couldn't figure out after y'all called the feds what was said by the feds. Or what was done to me, so you give it 2 or 3 days. And then what's even funnier is for 2 weeks before that, when the Dr. Phil thing's going on and all this other stuff, and Keys is around and stripped ass and everybody's pissed off, and the fundraiser thing's going, everybody's being sketchy, one word answers, all kinds of bizarreness, Then suddenly everyone wants to have like a 3-hour-long video chat, which time I think it went from Messenger over. I was like, well, let's, if you want to do video chat, that way you can tell that I'm not recording, nobody's doing it now. Because you know how this world works. And you can't trust a motherfucker these days, even if it's really video chat, because screen recorders. And, whatever. But it's what I offered, but you could tell by demeanor and shit, something's off. And then I get a laugh about, I'm like, look, man, he's vanished. She's like, oh no, Keys is not vanished. Ha 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 ha. Trust me, he's around. Ha ha ha. I'm like, yeah, that's real funny and cute. Meanwhile, Dawn's cussing her and calling her name in the book in the background like usual. And I gotta go to bed, you stupid whore, you stupid bitch. Yeah, okay. So, anyway, but yeah, I'm like, who are you looking for? Who are you digging for? And then also, comes the, well, somebody told me that you said the last place you seen Summer. Like, girl, you and I have discussed that. You were standing there when I saw Summer the last time. You were standing there. You were the one that said just got out with Dawn before Dawn got around. Summer standing there. Like, who are you fucking lying to? Why are you asking me to change my story and playing stupid? And who that's going to watch this recording or taping, or who's made you make this call to me to see if I won't change my story for you, is really asking you to ask me to commit a fucking crime. And why? And then it becomes, I think I'm going to need lots of support. And I know it for what it is before it's, out of her mouth. But I played off like, oh, drink you some ginger ale and don't do it out of a straw. And I just didn't really respond. I told her to make sure somebody was there with her, not to get dry socket, whatever. But I got it. It was a nod for money, right? But that tells me, and at this time, of course, Chase is up on hill, right at the billboard there. Which he has been kind of the whole time in a way, but after threatening to shoot Dawn in the head, all of a sudden, then it becomes paramount that he'd be up there personally and all this weird shit. And everybody's like, oh, JSB's crazy. The fuck I am. This shit's really happening, guys. Anyway, but somebody was putting her up to that shit, not just her. There was too much plain stupid stuff she didn't want on the actual whatever it was, or tape or something else to hear. And I take offense to a lot of that. But the hell, if you're going to make me commit a crime so you can make money, not just because you didn't want somebody else to hear, but also because of money, like, fuck that. I'm not down with that. And I explained clearly in not the last video, but the video specifically about that. I'm not going to do it. So, and why I took such great exception, it might piss me off if I only say something. But still, yet, this is only leading back into where I kind of want to get to, right? Because everything is a little convoluted. But, Dawn today with the Brian Enton fella, the interviewer, that Keys is raised hell about, didn't want him interviewing with, lost his shit over. Said he was going to keep people off pro. What the hell? You're not going to Beach Creek keep it? What? I don't know, man. So anyway, during that Brian Enton interview, Dawn says something to the effect of, Candace is making the wrong friends. I can't help whatever. Y'all know the line, I'm sure. Google. And I can't figure it out for the life of me. And I don't know what is going on with this dude, other than the same thing that's been going on with him from the beginning, from day one, from night one. Night one, a couple hours in after Summer's vanished. As soon as he shows up, it's slinging at specific people. Now, I show up and kids missing. You obviously go through a list of likely, like, well, maybe it's, but. And it was always for all these months, not just day one, all these months. To me personally. No, to the whole damn neighborhood and everybody else. Neighborhood's gonna kill me. They're gonna bury me in a damn hole. So anyway, I just, guys, I just, um, girl, no, don't should be an extra. So anyway, um, from day one, it's slinging it at anybody that seems sort of like some of the people watched him pick. There's no way in hell. Like, you know better. And these people immediately come to us. I'm like, what is the deal? This dude is trying to set me up. But I'm pretty sure, like, he's the one that actually killed her. I'm like, and then we all caught on to, like, it was his bad neighbor comment. And then that went to plural to bad neighbors. And I've touched on that in my earlier videos. Whole damn entirety of Beach Creek took damn exception to that. Like, where we come from, we try to be quiet, like, you know, whatever. They are the outsiders. And they are the bad neighbors. They are the bad neighbors. Ain't the rest of us will stay quiet. God, but they are the bad neighbors, guys. You know, but community takes care of its own. Or at least, you know, anybody that sees, you know, in need of, whatever, you know, but because I tell you that they're not this community's own. And that's facts. But where there's kids involved, you know, the community tries its best. But it's been literally just watching him sling it from one person to the next, the most nonsensical bullshit. And then like a Hammond's crap, dude, just trying to string it back around to a guy he wants it to be through that Hammond's Avenue. It's like the world's craziest bullshit theory on earth. And it was always, and still is, all these drug addicts, all this, all that, blah, blah, blah. But why are you putting it off on, like, say, Hawkins dealers or out in Kingsport or something? Why are you not naming your own? Why are you sticking on? Why do I not hear you mentioning, like, the people you run off out to see for 3 to 7 day benders for crack into bigger cities? Why are those not top on your list? Why are you not mentioning those fellas? Why is it other people's traffic you're talking about? Why is it everybody else's company? So like Candace's today, she just picks the wrong friends. Excuse me, buddy? Are you going through what? And I don't get it. And they're talking about other people's company or strangers or like sex offenders, you know, like the registered ones. I mean, those are the places cops go first, right? The registered ones. Hell, it's not the registered ones you have to worry about as much anyway. It's the unknowns. So why are you latching on it, and especially weeks in? Like, dude, no. But, you know, but concentrating on other people's company, other people's friends. Yet, if you live there, what you know to be truth is, it was always a revolving door. People living there, staying there, camping out, visiting. Hell, there would literally be weeks go by. You know, it's just people, but you knew people were up there. You just didn't, you know, like. But then they're like, oh yeah, this is so and so, and they've been staying here for 3 months. It's like, what the fuck? Where? You know? And yeah, in the shed, and yeah, in the house, and the damn driveway, in their own vehicles. And at one point, there was another camper up there. You know, and I know that lady. Trust me, she's, you know, rented it. Look. But it was them with company. And then after all this comes out, you realize how many damn pedophiles they actually had to stay in there. And people with SA backgrounds. But you don't hear them mentioning that. You don't hear them slinging it at that. No, it's, oh, well, there's a sex offender that lives 8 miles down the road, and we wonder about him. But you don't worry about the dozens and dozens you had on your own property for at least all this time for 10. You don't worry about them. You don't worry about your family members you've had in here. Like, you could even cut it down a little by saying, well, since summer was here's 5 years worth of. Why are none of these things being mentioned? By them. Not necessarily by whatever. And I don't really want to spill his beans because I know. But, I mean, it's the damn truth, though. Like, it was literally always freaking people up there. And trust me, they weren't just Candace's friends. And when you're working around construction dudes and this and the other, you know, like, wow, I mean, yeah, the one you fired would be fucking dude, right? But how about all the others in the 5 years that this is the house you picked up, you brought back, or, you know, because them dudes are always on some shit, and meth makes some people do some funny shit, especially men, they get really super sexual and weird, and here you've got this kid around all the time that's running naked in a very uncomfortable way where even if we were visiting, I couldn't even look because it was that, I mean, it just, you know, but Candace just picked the wrong friends. Okay, bro, like, oh, but the neighbors were, oh, but bad this, bad, I mean, everywhere else, except centered on themselves. Everywhere else, but go, man, maybe it's one time I brought some over. Maybe it's one time. But no, and I mean, even if they gave law enforcement that fine, whatever, I don't care, but I doubt they could even remember who all they've had up there, quite fucking frankly. And there was this one fella, and I couldn't remember his name, but it just hit me. I've been trying to think of it, because it was on Andy's Facebook, the guy was. And this fella shows up at our damn door a couple years apart. But Candace and all have been fighting. Okay, his name is Bob. Bob Inslee, maybe? I believe. I have to go back because I have all of everything downloaded and pictures and stuff. Because, later on for my own situation with Andy. But I believe it was Bob Inslee. That's the fellow's name. But this guy was hot as hell. But they were fighting. He got his ass beat. This guy's like geriatric anyway. And come over to our place in the rain. I'm like, can we help you, bro? Well, I ain't got a place to stay. I mean, it was just so weird for an adult to be acting that way. And just wanted to stay. I'm like, no, we'll take you to the Greyhound bus station or wherever you're going, right? And he was like, he didn't want to do that until whatever. And we're like, no, bro, you're leaving. We don't do guests accompany or strange overnight men. This is a limited household with X amount of bedrooms, and we have a daughter. And no, anyway, this guy just wouldn't leave. Kind of got mad. I don't know. And then after we finally get rid of him somehow, there was a whole big dramatic thing there. Candace didn't come back for it. And she's like, oh well, like a drop off puppy. It's like, we all just keep him. He'll hit my responsibility. He's your fucking company. Whatever. So I dealt with that. And then like a year passes, happens again, same fella. Everybody's drinking, of course. I mean, and there's all kinds of instances like that throughout. Always strange characters back and forth and people hanging out. And, but it's never that. It's never them going from hell. It could be somebody that we had here. Because I promise you, I lived there and even I didn't realize how many people. I mean, and y'all know it. I got the Gladys Kravitz fucking land, right? Which is, by the way, what I meant months ago in some of my first videos was, that. I don't want to be. I don't hear anything. I want quiet. And unfortunately, that property was not it. You don't even have to be nosy. And there it is in your face. So I hated it so much. But that's what I was trying to imply early on the videos. And the internet took it like the one psychic where she was like, oh, it's a guy that took Summer that looks like Daryl off Bewitched. No, but then AB, the other one reminded me. So anyway, I was like, but even that, you still didn't realize who I was over there and for how long. I mean, seriously, really somebody over there. You want just Candace is anything. Like, so I don't get it. I don't get why Don's trying so hard. I mean, I have my theories. I have quite a few theories. But what is that about? I don't know. I just don't know. But it's like it's not just him. It's, others. It's pointed at everybody except we're saying, well, maybe it could be. It's always outside of them. Their company, they're this or that, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what other people know. And I'm probably saying too much by saying that. And then people try to say it like, oh, it's drama or Jody Steve's mad or stirring shit or no, it's the damn truth. Like, damn circus has been weird from the beginning. And it keeps getting weirder. But why are you throwing your life once again under the damn bus with a new reporter now that you've done the whole Duper's Delight Dr. Phil thing? And I don't think about actually, I'm not watching the whole thing, but I did ask because I couldn't stomach it, just like I couldn't stomach my own interview. And so I have no intention of watching, but I had friends go and get the little clip for me. Now, Dr. Phil didn't necessarily say what the papers, what the public's thinking. He said, if you pay attention, he's not saying, especially what brought that smile on Dawn's face. He's not saying what you all think he's saying. That's what was read between the lines moments. For me, anyway, that's what it seemed like. And I don't even think Dawn caught on to that. Hell, I can see most of the internet didn't. That was a not, you're completely innocent. This is not a complete, you didn't, But they took it that way and rolled with it. So, I don't know. He's still a TV show host for me and always been kind of, and I mean, that whole panel, like I said, that whole thing, not the one on, like, but the one done prior and then held off because that was going to tape and air. The whole thing was a little sketch, quite frankly. If you know him, I don't know what's going on there. But, yeah, like, it was literally always a string of people up there. And even the Gladys Kravitz property couldn't tell you how many or how long after time until some of this coming out for some vegetarian. I mean, pedos and SA people were coming and going from there, and boy, did it light the entirety of the creek up with what the hell. Like, we just thought bad neighbors. We didn't think, oh shit, like, bad enough to be bringing predators of this variety and this many in here near our children and grandchildren. Here we are. Bad neighbors indeed. Wrong company indeed. Everybody else is drug dealers indeed. Yeah, buddy. Give me a break. All things done in darkness eventually come to light. And say like this little critter here, right? Snakes get such a bad rep, right? They're bad, they're evil, they're blah, blah, blah. The thing is, this thing, it just is. It's not inherently bad or evil. It just is. In its base. It's a creature. It doesn't have as much higher reasoning or things like that as we humans. It means no actual harm. It's not out to target you. It's not out to harm you on purpose. It's not out to do anything other than what a snake does. And if it bites, it's not because it was being mean to you on purpose. Right? So when people call other human beings snakes, it's not really accurate. Or spiders even. My poor little pet spider. She passed right before I moved. But even those things, they are just animals. They get a bad rep. But humans, they do have higher reasoning skills and things. And, I think to call certain people, snakes or spiders might be a little insulting, even though you've been hearing me use that term lately. But, but people on the other hand, like I trust her, even when she finally gets to 14 feet. I trust her more than I trust another human being, other than my children. And I know that if she bites me, she's not doing it out of malice. She's doing it because it's just what she does. But these other types of predators that are human, they absolutely do know what they're doing. Some shape, form, variety. It is, for benefit, gain, malice, for all kinds of reasons. When you call humans animals, right? They're not. Not even a little. They're cruel, they're inhumane, and some of them are absolutely predatory in a way that only speaks of higher reasoning and functioning and targeting. I think all people have reasons for most things that they do. I think some, though, are oblivious and they just kind of walk through their day-to-day lives and hope for the best. But I guess the older we get, we're like, just give me my coffee, let me, clock in and out, and let me do my 9 to 5 and get the hell off my lawn. And some days we all want to check out, right? And I keep trying to make excuses throughout this, right? For certain behaviors and things. So you think, that my stroke use this, the burnt cells that, the raising this, the raising that. At a certain point, you have to realize, yeah, that's some of it, obviously. But other parts are definitely on purpose. And sometimes you can't tell what those are. Sometimes you can. Sometimes you can tell what the motives are. Sometimes you can't. At least until you dig further, you look further. And I wish it were simple as trying to figure out what the snake here's thinking. Or what, the motives were. Because this one right here, what our motive is right now? I'm trying to find someplace warm that's probably the most inconvenient for me. Like my bra strap, my armpit, my hair, my glasses are one of her favorites. Isn't that right, sweetie? Do you want to say hi to the nice, lovely people? And she has the most beautiful blue eyes. Say hi. Say hello. And the cutest little red tail. And she loves car rides, just in case you're wondering. And she has a little mustache, which is just the most adorable thing. She's had it since we got her as a baby. You see her little mustache. But I wish all things were simple as trying to figure out what this one right here wanted. People, on the other hand, and right now trying to figure out so many of them at once is a little overwhelming for me, even for me. These weird YouTubers, crazy people. You got to separate those particular crazy people and the targeting they're doing. I mean, from other just random online crazy people, make sure they're not mixed in. And, people out here actually watching, following, taping, filming from just regular YouTube crazies going in real life versus the targeting that's actually happening at the behest of someone with this YouTube shit. And also then you've got Andy, right? Just like last night, Mr. I'm done. Bitter baby mama, y'all. I'm bitter. I care. I'm like broken over his throat. Give me a break. I'm jealous. I'm so jealous. No, I'm petty. There's a difference. I feel some type of way about some things that were done to make her kill me, but I don't care. Thank you, cards all around. But yeah, every day. I wish discerning people's motives and reasons were simple as this little critter here. And I'm sure if it was that easy, it would make law enforcement's jobs a little easier too. But it's not that simple. And we've all got to give them time, in their own way. And honestly, at one point, it's like, man, you kind of regret speaking out at all. Because I'll tell you what, people online have the attention span of gnats. My accent has them all jacked up. The surgery ain't helping. But people don't even bother to do basics. Like me, if I had a question, I'm like, man, that sounds a little far-fetched. Oh, they're saying somebody's meeting their house by a new car. Well, let me go to the Facebook real quick and see. Not these people. No. And then they repeat it inside another chat, and then guess what happens? It spreads like wildfire. It's like that little game you used to play, the whisper game in kindergarten, right? And then what you do is you spread misinformation online. And then you cause the super crazies that are in these groups online to make false calls and false reports to cops that then have to be dragged away from Summer's case. And that takes time from her. I don't like that. And every day it kind of does make me regret speaking. But it is what it is. And, in a way, I think the darkness surrounding all this is good and bad. Summer's still not found. Whoever's done this is not found. However, I do think that Summer, in her own way, in this situation, has shown a light on so much darkness. It has brought out a light on so many different types of victims and criminals and other things. And I've watched Summer's story and my own because people, that's the thing. Like, mine shouldn't be intertwined, but unfortunately the circuses are. And so here's my domestic violence stuff going at the same time. I've had thousands and thousands of people. I've had women tell me, including one earlier, that she got out because of my story. Her and her kids ran. I've watched women tell me their stories that can't stomach to tell it in person, and they want to say thank you because they can see that I'm still struggling, and I am. But that I have, the ability to speak out, and that I am. Because not all women can or will or want to. And I have people every day online ask me, like, if you're so afraid, then why do you have your face? That's not something domestic violence victim would do. Well, this one can and will and is. I mean, you're basically telling us what our abusers tell us. Shut up and go back into the silence. We want to be comfortable. We don't want to know the truth. We don't want to know evil exists out there, or that this pain exists for other human beings. We think donating to a 1-800 hotline for domestic violence really helps domestic violence victims. Let's just cover our eyes and ears. Well, here's one telling you that doesn't do shit. And telling other women when, where, and how they should show their faces, tell their stories. That's not it. You don't do that. Even if you've been a survivor, even if you're a fighter, whatever yourself, you don't do that. You don't choose when and where other women speak. But either way, I think Summer has shown light on many. And I think her story has shown on so many things. And and that's the thing.
So, Jody Sue, I come out here and I speak about the DV that I suffered as a child. And you're saying, don't come out here, don't tell women where and where to speak, but you do it all the time. Why are you such a fucking hypocrite?
It all reaches back into it, right? Because most that commit these crimes are men. And they all have the same incel qualities to say, like, the men who perpetrate these crimes are generally all of the same narcopathic variety. There's always a common thread. As abusers, domestic violence things, maybe if orders of protection were taken more seriously, maybe if her own mothers had been or couldn't be dropped or something like that, maybe it would have, but until the system takes notice, until things change. But all are a direct correlation. There's a line there. And so if you help domestic violence in a way, you do help. These men don't get away. They do have criminal records. They aren't off the hook. There's justice done. Maybe they learn lessons long before they ever start taking children or harming them. Maybe they're found by specialists or recognized by cops or something as they wind their way through systems to where maybe an extra eye is kept out because they know that they're, maybe something. It saves a life somewhere. So yeah, domestic violence, the men who perpetrate these crimes against women and children, there's a common thread. So if you help one, you help the other in a way. But I've watched our light shine on many victims. Plus, all these Innocence versus Fundraiser that got robbed and are still, and there's still many questions there whether everybody over on the end shut up or not because they think they can take attention away from it. Notice what they're doing the last few days. They're playing, I'm done. I've shown the receipts bullshit. No, we ain't done. We're far from done. Trust me. And that fundraiser ain't the only money. The raffles of this, of that, the blah, blah. And it's real funny. I got people in the inbox here sitting here with their bank accounts open going, man, I was part of that raffle. And they're saying they refunded all that, but nobody's actually got it back. Plus, everybody had their credit card information stolen. What? Q? Yeah. All these fake people behind the Camille accounts, the fake Fed stuff. Oh, man, y'all just don't even know. But yeah, we're far from done. We're far from done. Just because you think the public's attention's on something else, or y'all run 3 or 4 more stories, or enough videos down to where people don't see and notice, we're still there. Everybody's still watching, gathering, so And we all know we had enough for this, so y'all can pretend. It's not done yet. So anyway, yeah, but you got to think, whatever money they raked in behind that $33,000, even that's not, and that's just the fundraise portion, right? That's not the super chats, the stickers, the raffles, the PO boxes. It's not all of everything combined. It's not discussing where all the money was suddenly donated to all these other channels and the creators right before they agreed to. I'm talking about just the 33,000. What was scammed and put behind that and is not transparent or seen. That's not enough money for all that's going on the ground out here. It's not with this many feet and locals involved. And like I've told you, even the channels are like, oh, we are against those and the fundraisers. Even those are involved. Some of it, at least. It's all a show. And like I told you, each room has a different theme, but they're all joined. I've heard it, seen it, so have others, can prove it. But it was a different show in each room. Moderators or gatekeepers, the erasers, the other ones that, keep each room looking clean and tidy like each one's meant to be. The fake fights, the bullshit in between them. But the mods are the cleaners and sweepers. And like I've told many of you, go get 2, 3 accounts, 2, 3 devices, and watch the chats. Watch. It's real funny. So anyway, and I mean watch the same damn chat. It's hilarious. But yeah. So oh, had a heart pain there. So anyway, it's Fruit Loops. Makes you feel like you want to wear a tinfoil hat most days. But we're getting there. And yeah, we're not done. But anyway, yeah, I think those are my thoughts for at least right now. Girl, your little tail is dry. And I know you just shed. But it's a little extra dry. You need some lotion. Me too. See if that new under eye cream works for your little tail. Works pretty good on my face. But anyway, yeah, I think that's about all I have to kind of say for right now. I think there might have been something there I missed. I generally do. It'll hit me later. Yeah, I mean, I always have questions. Pieces. I'm always trying to work out one puzzle or the other these days, right? But for right now, that this one has warmed up. You want to say bye-bye? You want to say bye-bye, sweetie? Yeah, you want to say bye-bye? Say bye-bye. There you go. So now she's a little bit warmer. You're not going to go back in there willingly, are you? I doubt it. Much fight her down to the... Yeah. I don't know. She may just hang out with me for a while. But I'm sure she'll find a bra spot or somewhere, hang out. Why are you doing that? We're not going down there. I'll get over it. And I found these little eggnog ice cream sandwiches. Oh. Now, I'm not much of a drinker, guys. Rarely do you see me drink. But I found when I went to the liquor store where they only recognized me off the news, but recognized my neighbors. They're like, oh, they're in here like 14 times a day. What do you think? Meanwhile, the guy's like twitching, couldn't even help me figure out what bottle of wine I need because I didn't know. I don't come here often. I'm like, what the hell? When I look at here, he couldn't help me. He was too busy dancing. I'm like, I tell you what I think. I think you need AA meetings or something of some variety, bro. There's my opinion. But anyway, yeah, so I don't drink that often, but I found them while I was there for the wine for somebody else. I found an eggnog. And there is this one Jack Daniels every year that I do like. And I forget what it is, though. Like, see, it's how frequent, but there's a Jack Daniels that I like. And I asked if they had the holidays out because I couldn't remember the name. They're like, no. But this one's a new eggnog. And I was like, well. So I'm thinking about having like a tiny sip. And they want eggnog ice cream patties because I'm feeling a little bougie. And I might violate all the rules and C&D and go, like, you never drink and drive and you never drink and you do, okay? These are the rules. These are the damn rules. You definitely don't bust out the N-word on them either with hard R's. What's wrong with you, Pete? I know, I live beside it. Like that was shocking. Lived there for a while. It's a norm. Meanwhile, the rest of I and the bad neighbors were shocked hearing that word because it was used when certain things were being, asked us, and people were like, so-and-so said there was N-words down here, like, like some, anyway, we were like, slow blink, excuse us? Like, but they use it for the rest of the neighbors, and I were like, holy shit, was that word just used? Yeah, we're the bad neighbors. Everybody's bad, except, right? It really is. Everything leads right back into Andy. It's like, I have been eating and breathing monsters, plus his bullshit, since like it got free because of all of this, But even in this darkness, I found some beauty. The messages come through, from all these people across the world. They're like, we see you, realize you're genuine. Oh, dear. Sorry, Evelyn, I forgot. I'm sorry. I love you. I promise so. I got this hand. I forgot. And I didn't even see it until just now. I love you. I'm sorry. Okay, Evelyn says you gotta go night night. But yeah, I love you too, and I hope you're doing okay. And I'm gonna need more moon pictures. You know how I like moon pictures. You've been slacking on me, Evelyn. One of these days, I'm gonna get myself that camera so I can take pretty pictures of the moon. Aren't we? Yeah. But anyway, so and my flowers and stuff again. When I finally get everything settled and all my, because trust me, I brought all my damn flowers with me that I could get. I even straight up pulled out my giant lilies at the bottom of the driveway. I was like, those are mine. And this bitch planted her own flowers. Like it was pouring rain. Everybody was like, we were living in Las Vegas. I was like, no, I'm not leaving my lilies behind. Half of those I picked because it's something his mama liked. And he like, these are mine. I took them flowers. I got straight up, was dirty and filthy to the elbows. In the middle of the pouring rain, I was like, those are mine. And pulled the baskets down. I didn't get half stuff. I should have pulled them server lines, everything else down, honestly. But I was trying not to be too damn petty. But yeah, and then all my flowers that had sat next to the cabin for all the months while I looked for summer I didn't get to plant. Lord, they're out here with me. All of them are just, yeah. Anyway, I took my damn plants and stuff with me, the ones I could get and pull out and do whatever in my bulbs and things. So anyway, maybe this coming year, I can get myself a camera and start taking pictures again of all my pretties. So yeah, and my critters and the moon. One day at a time, right? Yeah, one day at a time. But anyway, so maybe just a little bit of eggnog and one of those eggnog ice creams because I'm feeling bougie and I'm an adult. And I'm look, if you ever see me and I'm slightly tipsy or even full out, I'm happy. I don't get mean. I get happy and goofy. And I'm a freaking delight to be around. Absolute freaking delight. I don't cry and I don't get angry. I get happy. So, and I want to dance generally. So, I've never been like tequila makes you take your clothes off type, but I get happy. Very happy to be part of the universe. So, anyway, maybe a little eggnog ice cream sandwich. And I had one box left, which offends me in my soul, but they had 900 boxes of pumpkin spice ramen noodles. And y'all, look, I knew if I bought one of those and I brought it in, the kids were going to be like, oh, but I knew one of them would get brave and eat it. And then I would have, oh, really, lady? Really? Anyway, and so then I knew I'd have my answer. I wasn't wrong. I bought one, I brought it in, and guess who eats it? The eldest, of course. And the eldest enjoyed it. While he was eating it, I was like, I'm like, but you're eating it. And he's like, well, it's kind of a dessert thing. I was like, I can kind of smell it. It smells sort of sugary and pie-like. So I can kind of get how like a noodle will be the breading and then the sugary stuff seemed look a little thick. So yeah, apparently it's not like savory, like umami type of thing with regular ramen or anything. It's more of a dessert sugary type thing. So just in case anybody else out there was wondering about the pumpkin spice ramen, and if you have your doubts, just go buy one and have your kids eat it. Or tell them not to touch it because you know how it works as a parent. Tell them they can't have it. Put it wherever your stash of like parent goodies is, right? Back don't touch this. 4 seconds later, you're going to have your answer. That's Parenthood 101. Anyway, I think that's about it right now. Where you got your stuff, huh? Where we got your stuff? You know where you got your stuff? Around the mirror. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Whoops. And your tail. Like you have to let go of me. Before you get. Whatever, lady, you're being extra. So anyway, I'm gonna go wrangle. Yeah, you heard me. Wrangle. Steve Irwin style. And some eggnog maybe. And chill out. Go watch these human predators play on YouTube. See what kind of hints and clues and weirdness they've got going tonight, or drama. Or to see if my like Beverly Hillbillies have suddenly struck gold in oil. Everything else. These people are wild. So see what the rumor mill is like. Oh, when I found out by accident live last night. Apparently, like the international papers have picked up my face. That makes me real uncomfortable. I can't even read those. Can't look. Can't make me. So I'll send my friends to do that and have since, but you can't make me look. So anyway, yeah, that's weird. It's so strange and surreal. Cringe. But I think the sun and there's something else. I don't know. I don't even want to talk about it. But anyway, I'll talk to you later. I love you, Evelyn. Tell Gino said hi and that we were thinking of him, and I will message you. Okay? I love you. Okay, guys. I'll sit here for a second. I don't even know if I have it set to the right one, quite frankly. I don't know. So I wasn't gonna get back on this idiot box tonight, at all, because I feel freaking terrible. However, I'm trying my best to work out some things, like always. And of course, it's a night of non-stop bullshittery over there. But let me tell you what's occurring in the past few minutes. Oh dear, sweet freaking NASCAR baby Jesus. So Miss Fork Tongue over there has let out the thing and wants to be out like, oh, we talked to Coop today. I'm checking on the check and whatever with Summer's funds. And of course, you can't hear Coop. I get the reasons for it. I'm fine with that. Whatever. However, Miss Fluffer for multi-level marketing schemes for who knows how long now, that there's proof of, go far enough back, especially you newcomers. This woman, Q, is notorious for being a scam queen and a pyramid scheme queen. So anyway, here she is tonight with this, like we even talked to Coop, because you know what? You newcomers have no clue. Here she is over here with this language going, we were just checking on, and, we've always supported you, Coop, and, just bullshit. And let me tell you, I don't know what else she's raised off her page. I try not to go over that filth and play. But I'll tell you, there's still like a 16-hour video missing of her and Scam Boy John Q with their team duo of fork tongue, silver carnival barker nonsense screwing up the entire marathon. It's still missing. Ask her what last 10 minutes is. We have questions still, bro. Anyway, so tonight it's this silver tongued Coop, we've always supported you and blah, 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 blah. Y'all go back. And if you can't hear, we'll post some videos and audio for you. There were hundreds of hours. You know why Q and M started that marathon? Because Summer's reward fund was set to expire in early October. There was mention of it, and it came out. And then Dawn, none of us were in favor of that. Summer's reward fund shouldn't have expired. And, so none of us were really in favor of that. Obviously, like it hadn't even been, oh boy. However, it was supposed to be taken by Churchill Rescue Squad and given to them. And here she is, not even missing but a few months. That's just what the hell, right? And only part of it, because 2 of those checks were written explicitly by the donors at first, not to ever be dissolved or taken, whatever, right? So anyway, that's how Q&M got the wedge in to start the whole super fundraiser, right? That ends up leading into this con fundraiser from hell. So let me tell you, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of not just her, but this entire YouTube clan of Krama assholes involved in it. Even the ones that pretend they were not and that they're against it and they're trying to bust it open, especially after I spoke out and fucked up all their little wet dreams here. Anyway, so that's how Q&M got their foot in the door anyway to start it and make it sound legit, right? And but there are hours and hours and hours of all of them going, we don't support this, we don't support that, blah, blah. There's even one point in that marathon where I was like, well, okay, so if y'all are raising the reward fund for Summer up by these, then how about at the end of this, you raise money for Coop and the actual rescue squad and Q specifically. And so here's what I was talking about in my video yesterday that nobody can deal with because they have the attention span and apps. Is that my memory replays like this and it holds. So I remember Q and them immediately on my phone, being like, we'll talk about that later behind, anyway, every time I brought it up, nobody responded. Support Coop my ass, Q. You are so full of shit, girl. Support Churchill Rescue Squad my ass. Like, if that was Coop you're really talking to today, when honestly, you bunch of assholes who make everybody want to wear a tinfoil hat with your carnival barker sleight of hand bullshit. Multi-level marketing, Rico style robbing of everyone across the world at once. Girl, he had to be laughing. Because everybody in the world knows at this point, you are a liar, you are a hot ass mess, you are a fluffer for fucking multi-level marketing schemes and pyramid schemes for a hot minute. Like, you have to know that cops' eyes were on that marathon, right? Listening to you And that Coop ain't an idiot either. Are you serious right now, Knight? I mean, I know your audience matters, but especially the newcomers and international attention you're getting. And that way, all of you who are recently regurgitating all the months worth of bullshit you already had guessing and chasing your tails about summer can be replayed. As you all forget, when you make the newcomers like, to where they don't want to, like hell, they can't even bother to come over here and watch something for an hour. And you know what I know. They're too lazy to go down in the views and your videos and this and the other and actually watch all that crap from the beginning. And y'all have edited and this and the other anyway. They're out and there's things missing, like that 10 minutes and that 16 hours. But yet you have others of you coming up with my conversation with Chris M. You have that though, right? Off that same shit that's missing. Boy, you all got the rest of that damn video too, don't lie. And I know, like, come on, it don't take a damn genius to figure that out either. Where that came from and the connections, even with the ones that say they're out here trying to break us down and help do something with this ring. Y'all give me a damn break. Lying ass bitch. And here's the thing, Q. I don't give a shit if you turn over all $32,000 or $33,000 of that money to that damn fund of Summers. Here's the problem we all have, Q. There was more raked in that background than what you're showing. We want to know what went to that P.O. box for Chase that was under Summers' name, because I'm telling you, there are people with receipts and bank accounts and their credit cards stolen and all this shit that want to know too. And see, they have real receipts, not grifter ass bullshit made up online receipts. And trust me, they've went to the police with them. Y'all think this is cute, but this shit's literally been reported to fucking Interpol after y'all tried the second fundraiser with Chase the head trying to screw over mystery angels who may or may not be involved. Either way, they got out quick enough once I called you all out. Then here's Chase's threats against me and pennies and Scots and all this bullshit. You see, you all wanted that shit shut down. And then here's Chase. It's like the day before I entirely fucked everything up, but they knew it was coming. You have them starting with the Jody Sue Just Be Quiet timeline, just like it's going on right now. Again, I'm always on a fucking timeline of some variety. For Chase's incoming bullshit call, fairy tale Summers here and there, blah, blah, blah bullshit. Okay, I knew about that days in advance out of that shit, right? Because it was nothing but bullshit, but it was meant to keep me quiet so I didn't screw up the fundraiser. Then I happened to, by accident, screwed up that Friday timeline that coincided with y'all trying to start a fucking fundraiser internationally. And then also start one with the boys that, by the way, y'all started talking about in this damn fundraiser for summer. And I spoke out, and then here's the thing, Q. Here's the fucking thing. I think you're missing. It's not about what you can turn and show that you actually send Coop, the rescue squad, what you can send to actual civis. It's what you all took in behind the scenes. Where are those super chats, Q? Where are them stickers? Where's the fucking raffle money? I know you promised those people refunds, right? Hell, I didn't know who took place. Don't know who shit was raffled off to. Nobody does. We had no idea. One minute it was there, next it was, it's closed, it's over. Well, where the hell was that taking place? So y'all obviously knew legalities, right? Y'all were holding that shit elsewhere. But all these people, that you promised refunds to haven't gotten them. What they have gotten stolen bank account information and everything else. Y'all think you're fucking smooth is what you think. And I promise you, you're not. But it's what you all took in behind the scenes. It's what y'all still not giving out either that was supposed to go with that money and was never added in. Okay, super chat, stickers, all this other, whatever. It's your carnival barkers. It's your little plants in the crowd when y'all be like, oh, we're losing money. Somebody asked for a refund. And that call of, what can we do to help? Oh, here's some more money. Especially by your fake TBI agent you have running amok. And thanks for making that connection back to yourself the other day. Q, they ain't nobody out here stupid, girl. Ain't nobody out here stupid. And all of you are involved in this. And y'all can make it like, oh, domestic violence victim. She's blah, blah, blah. No, I don't think so. And y'all have already tried that. Y'all have tried the death threats. You've tried the stalking in person. You've tried these people on the ground. And half of those are the actual freaking local YouTubers. Y'all don't know. Like, I'm not playing with y'all. So, oh, Lord. It's what you took in behind the scenes, Q. It's what's still not adding up, Q. The P.O. box, the Hurricane Camille. Y'all want to play off like it's some little old lady on Social Security. Blah, blah, blah. Just about a phone. Bullshit. We got the videos. We got the screenshots. Y'all running that motherfucker for donations. This area. Y'all can play like it's not, but that Hurricane Camille shit comes back to another lady in Alabama that's middle-aged, not even middle-aged, probably about my age, the freaking RN, that maybe was real in chat at one point, but then I recall Scott, Jeffrey Hunt there, who's a local here, who runs, Scott H. Has Thoughts, specifically being like, oh, send us your email, right? and we'll get it here, blah, blah. And then what happens is, I don't doubt you all taking that email, doing whatever, that being a plant too, right? Then you all start using that email. I didn't consent to it. Nobody else did. It run no less than 40 times in like a 5 or 6 minute period when there's Chris M and I talking. Y'all were hooving in money in that motherfucker. Then in Discord, what you have is Camille, who you've put in there, who's definitely not the same little illiterate sounding ass little lady you all put up on Crime Talks Down Under to go, I'm on Social Security, look at the greedy, crazy, cancer lady, to try to discredit me. I mean, y'all got your own little crisis actor somewhere out there. There might actually be the little Social Security lady that doesn't realize y'all using an email or this and her name, that there's also, this Facebook associated with. There's definitely not a little old lady on Social Security. I mean, y'all can play this sleight of hand bullshit all you want. You can think people can't follow, but there's enough out here following, And it makes people who mention it crazy. They're like, what? Fake TBI agents on the ground, which we know is probably not one person, And what you all don't realize at the time, it's like when I was in the hotel, I realized immediately something was wrong from the time I met Chase and Ginger Snap there, Miss Bank Manager, who's also a handoff for that first P.O. box of Chase's. There was 2 handoffs, and they were directed by Benny Keys. And what you have is suddenly all of you with the vigil that time. It's like, oh, we don't want faces on camera. I mean, YouTubers don't want faces on camera. They don't want it live streamed. Who in the hell do you all think you're fooling? Do you think there's been enough time passed that someone's out here forgotten that there's not links to this shit, that we still don't have the actual receipts? I mean, do you really think cops' eyes weren't on this bullshit shit show from the beginning? Do you think Coop himself doesn't realize that you all were talking shit about him all the time? And here you are with your little fluffer language today going, oh, Coop, we supported you the whole time. Bullshit, you did. Bullshit, you did. Oh my God. Like, that'll just make me want to vomit. And if any of y'all think it is not easy for this type of group of people, or somebody like her, to make you fake graphs or to move money around to where it looks like it's like the Teespring merch and all this other bullshit and everything going on with Summer Scrap in the background. If you think somebody like her can't make up receipts or make things look one way when they're actually another, if you think it's hard for people like that, I've got oceanfront property to sell you in East Tennessee. And see, here's another problem. I guess they all think we're dumbass hillbillies. And I absolutely assure you that's what they thought with my ass when they put me in that fucking hotel. You think that was out of the kindness of their hearts, y'all? It didn't even make fucking sense from the word go. It didn't. You want to know why? It was their way of separating me and making this thing like they just really showed the fuck up in this hurry. Like, oh my God. And then here's Twister. He's one of your guys. And la, 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 la. And it's not. And Twister comes back to guess where? Cracking cases. Twister's theirs. And it's weird. Things that are going on there with that, But yeah. And then that's involved in the whole hoax pond shit the other day, by the way. Here's Twister somehow being from wherever. But yeah, he's down in the creek close enough to go check out Ben Hill, just like he was to film my kids and I. What the hell is going on there, Twister? Hell, you're in my messenger. Please do. And I know you've lied to me about things, bro. And why are you so hard on what was said about me? Like, I get it. You said Chase robbed you too, right? That's what you told me in my messenger. That's what you told me when we live chatted. That Chase robbed you too on that billboard. Now, whether that's a lie just to try to suck information from me from all these people, but you tell me, oh no, you were helping Chase on the billboard. You were just doing flyers. But I know for a fact that's also not true. And I also know at a point you requested to take down the filming of my children and I at fucking interviews you followed us to and then tailgated us from. So you tell me why Twister, who was camming alleys, was following us and tailgating us so closely that I was about to park the car in his fucking front end. Tell me why it is. Why was he filming us? Then why, within a few minutes of us getting back here, suddenly there's hint drops from the rest of the group coming in my messenger, who are halfway across the country, right? And they're like, hint drops at WJHL, hint drops at, wanting me to cough up what I'd said to WJHL, what we were being here to admit to whatever. And then here come the death threats, and here come the bullshit calls of, and it's this hurried manner bullshit. Look, guys, y'all, I'm telling you, and Twister's not the only one. You have quite a few other locals. But these, however, they had no fucking clue what they're involved in. Chase was telling us they were undercovers, they were friends. He had all these police and blah, 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 right? All these extra special buddies. Hell no, it was locals he conned in somehow to make them think they had been, like, that they were watching for. Probably his, also, look. But they're in my inbox first, like, oh, Chase is a good guy, and we've kind of known him. And then, like, the second messages come when they realize shit's serious. And then they're like, well, hold up. We don't actually really know Chase. We know him for a person that knows a person that knows a person. We thought he was a good guy and a local business owner, but honestly, we had no idea what the hell we were being sick for. And we're sorry we're stalking you. Our bad. Chase is like fucking Shazam. He didn't show up until a certain point here locally, even though he maintains all his shit. He didn't. And he was on the ground searching for Summer. He wasn't paying it. He says that he shut down his shop for so many months, was searching for Summer, paying his employees the same mechanics wages. Bullshit he was. Boy can't even afford to pay all his damn criminal ass fines. Now he's got magical cancer. The fuck I won't question. That he says isn't even cancer. Leukemia is now not cancer, guys. Did you know that? Can't even explain or know the difference, supposedly in the second round of leukemia. What the hell the difference is between white and red blood cells and what the fuck they do while you have leukemia. Then over there hitting a damn bong on a live. Well, I'll tell you what, both cancer centers here, and I have a paperwork from like last year before I started treatment for my own cancer, that if you have any THC in your system, they will release you as a fucking patient. But yeah, whatever the hell. Either way, few of them don't seem to understand. The rest of the internet's forgotten. We want to know what the hell's back there in the background. What was raised behind it? Where's the money that went to the email, the raffle? Where are those people's refunds? Where's the super chats? Where's this? Where's that was supposed to be added? Hell, Penny said the money from my fucking videos would be sent to the kids too. I got that in text from TCC, Where the hell's that at? Where the hell's that at? Because they were like, after a long time, like, well, we'll monetize it and then, blah, blah, blah. You should whatever. I'm like, look, if you want to do whatever, make sure it goes to Summer's thing or the kids or whatever. Man, she's getting clicks, likes, and views off that shit. Y'all see her deleting my shit? Hell no, you'll know why she's still raking in that money over there, Miss Innocent Penny. I ain't got a problem one with that, but I got it in text, so where the fuck's that too, And then you hear them on the phone the whole time, because they forget while you're on the damn phone with them. Like you hear her and her kids and everybody else is at mass slips and all this other shit, and everybody's on shopping sprees like it's fucking Christmas through that damn fundraiser. Like, there's pieces and parts there, y'all. But when you're nefarious enough to not only be like that, but scandalous ass enough to have the Stacy Slay, which that's what it was at first, right? And have the messages connecting that name to the fake FBI card team member y'all were saying was even in Lawson's office and giving these fake whatevers, the rundowns of Lawson getting his ass chewed and the shit that you were using to calling other people with locally into doing things and being part of your little criminal empire here, and probably taking tips from Summer's actual case agents. But then here you all are. She shows up again when money's being pushed to your channels again. And then you want to use part of my messages off of my Facebook's proving that as your receipts on, look here. Bitch, you got somebody fucked up. I don't give a shit what kind of crap documents, receipts, half-ass shit you want to show. That's not the truth. Just like, oh, Coop, we've supported you. Liar. Liar. And that's what started this whole shit fest, right? But, no, we want to know what was taken in behind that. You can show 32, 33 going wherever, but that still doesn't add up to what should have actually been there to begin with. But it definitely doesn't show in a transparent manner what else was taken in behind the scenes. Not even a little. And the sleight of hand bullshit and your little puppet theater and all these channels, like I've been telling everybody, each room is a separate thing and they all play off of each other. It's a show. It is a fucking show to push, pull, manipulate you. It's called crime drama for a reason, guys, but it is definitely part of a crime for sure. And if you think they give a shit about the people that they are and the victims are covering, I promise you it's not the case. But they really thought someone was around here dumbass hillbillies. And they do. They target vulnerable. And what was I with the domestic violence shit? This and whether, they use psychological and emotional manipulation, and that's a fact. And that hotel was to separate and hope I trusted, and this and they're trying to get everything from me as far as the story goes. And then use me before I had a voice, but you see that didn't work out for them. And I knew immediately something was wrong, and started, especially when the fake FBI agent came into it, right? Y'all think, I guess a lot of people on the ground were. They were gullible enough to believe what was being sold with that fake FBI agent, but I was not. You knew immediately when y'all say one's playing a Discord, you got the wrong dumb girl. Anyway, so then, here I am giving a number with a fake extension, which is basically, y'all call them, because what you were going to try to do was get me to tell my story to this FBI agent that, yeah, y'all think I'm whatever. But either way, then I go and fuck that up because I called the real one on Summer's case. And the real guy, without that extension, through the real numbers. And then he's like, well, no, the Stacy Slay is like, she said you had. And then I was like, but no, she said you. And you know how wild it is for somebody to have the balls to set up the actual FBI and a witness to a crime in a missing child's case? So if y'all think there's not something for this damn con ring to risk their asses for like that at that level, and then to actually turn over what's there, and then to watch them give out thousands of dollars as gifts. And I watch this real time. It's not got to do with the rumor this week of Chase paying 10 grand to other channels and shit lately, but separately, there were thousands of dollars gifted to channels as the marathon hop went along, and just to the creators so they would join in. Well, there you go. Where was that coming from? And why was it suddenly, as soon as the fundraiser started summer, all of a sudden more money started rolling in? All these people seem to have money to spend on. For those just catching up to this bullshit, let me tell you, like I've said, the web is dark and deep. And, this is definitely going to start more targeting. And everybody's going to be like, but half the people she mentioned, they're so good, and they're this, and they're that. And I've been trying to tell y'all for months. Like, seriously. and it'll come out in the wash eventually. There's been enough eyes on it. And the scariest part of it is, not only have they robbed thousands around the world in Summer's name, and bank accounts, stolen and hacked, and you got all these things occurring at once. Is that you have like the potato crackers, and the Landry crackers. As soon as they're done with those, and I watch them through the weeks during that fundraiser. I actually know those people, talk to them on the lives, things like that. Others recognize them in the background of newscasts, and then here they are after those cases over, and they're in my inbox, and they want information to come here. Meanwhile, you have more local YouTubers that are surrounding the hill and the Beach Creek area. You have them suddenly finding evidence and shit, right? That I watched personally be combed over so thoroughly. There's no way there was actual evidence there for them to find. And then you have the crackers trying to come in. I'm telling you, there's a possibility some of these con rings are actually setting up shit and possibly cashing in on reward funds, especially smaller, less profiled cases and shit. But that's the scary part. But you also have them like this fake FBI agent that's trying to be sold to me. What they didn't realize was that I was on video with people in particular, and it was while I was still in a hotel, I believe. But they were sending photos trying to prove to me it's this FBI agent and all the cops are in there. And I'm like, boy, this has to be an idiot. Because, dude, y'all know what would happen if that was sitting there on Ben Hill and Beach Creek, or even in Beach Creek. Everybody for 45 miles would know the police were actually in there. You're not just sitting there. And then what happens is, I'm on an actual video session with someone in Ben Hill, and things transpire, and there's two cars sitting there at the time, and so they're watching them, and they're sitting in between Candace's sort of driveway and my old driveway, and something makes them scatter. Well, I'll tell you, at the same time, the pictures are coming in from the FBI agent, right? Well, I'll tell you what an FBI agent's not going to do. They're not going to scatter when something spooks them. Andy and them aren't going to do that either. They don't spook like that. Locals don't spook like that. People that belong there don't. Law enforcement ain't. Tells me it's people they've hired and shit to pretend. So they have pictures coming out there calling other people with. Not just me, but others. Other locals. Who now, at that point, that's like what becomes like holy shit. Because what they're doing is then potentially taking in tips and leads from Summer's case to people who may not be comfortable talking to law enforcement if they thought it was somebody that was hidden, though, wouldn't tell on them and wouldn't lead it back to them, and they trusted her. They were given, say, $500 or whatever, then, they might actually speak. So the potential there for harm to Summer's real case is real. These people are some nefarious little motherfuckers. And you don't do that for just a couple bucks. You don't go to the links that are being gone to for just a few thousand either. That's not enough to split between all these people and groups, not just here locally, but nationally and then internationally. And then people wonder why I'm being targeted. They wonder, well, is she crazy? Seriously? And it does. It makes you want to wear a damn tinfoil hat. But there's a reason they double down so hard on me on the daily, weekly, why they change their opinion on me from useful to not when they think they can get information and shit. Or when I'm doing whatever it is I want. And like people in my inbox, they're all like, well, half these people you're still talking to, they're blah, 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 and they're two-faced, and here they are in private discords running your videos and making fun of you. Look, I'm well aware. I'm well aware of what they're doing. But I'm here for a reason. Let them think what they want. Let them do as they please. Let them talk shit as they want. Let them target me as they want. I don't give a damn. I told y'all, fuck around and find out. I guess y'all thought that shit on that shirt was cute, huh? Y'all didn't find it weird? It kind of got, like, come on, man. I'm not some dumb hillbilly. And neither are these cops. Neither are the feds. Everybody sees y'all. There's no way you've been missed. And, I assume the past week or so what y'all were doing with this new eating cycle was, getting ready to vanish, poof the smaller channels. But then what happened was Dr. Field attention. Then what happened was, it went international attention, and the Sun and all this, and you're like, oh shit, there's more money to be made. So you're going to try to stick around a little longer. And these newcomers, it's why the news cycle of discrediting, so the regurgitation shit you all piled up over the months speculating on Summer because you didn't really have anybody real to talk, and now you're going to try to push down that, older information where the fundraiser drama was going on. And some of that, it'll work on some of the newcomers. It's like I really had one in a chat yesterday. I'd be like, well, if you really think that, Jody, say about the fundraiser, because it did come up in one live while I was in the chat section yesterday, I think, day before. And like, if you really think that, then come over and talk to John. Silvertongue John. I'm sure he'll listen. Like, that's how much of a mindfuck this is. And people are like, oh, this nice fella here who's the cleaner, fixer, calm one of the group. Come talk to him. Come talk to the Messiah. He'll work it out, Jody Sue. I'm like, damn, are you new here? It's like a fucking meme online from, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs. It's like, first time, huh? First time? And get the hell on with that shit. I've been telling y'all for weeks and weeks. It ain't crazy. These people are twisted, dark, and deep. This runs for miles. It ain't slowing down. They're still using summer to do it. Right now, they're kind of chilled to tits with the whole, whatever, but they're still making money off her. Make no doubt about that. And they can say that Christmas tree in the P.O. box is just for donations all they want. That's fine. They can say it's not taking money. I hope the fuck it's not, but, who knows. But either way, we got real people with real receipts where the real shit went. Everybody around there seems to have a pocket full of fucking money suddenly. Seemed to have money to try to buy me off before I started fucking up shit. Really, it was chasing back there and going, we can get you more money. I'm sitting there thinking, well, they've not gotten me money before, so what the fuck's he talking about? And it was an aha moment. I remember those words exactly. They ain't got me money to begin with. What was he talking about? We'll get you more money if this is about money. What money? You talking about that 500 that you pushed into my accounts somehow that weren't connected? That was from the fake FBI agent there, buddy? You talking about the weird, mysterious $500 deposits from other places circulating at that same time, which is a convenient number if you know anything about bank shit. But, to me, that speaks of money laundering and all kinds of shit. It's a very specific amount. Dumb hillbillies indeed, y'all. My estimation, I call it dumb Jonesboro and dumb Nevada and, and dumb Kingsport down here and whatever else. And dumb Plano, Texas. Vulnerable, maybe at that time. Domestic violence survivor, fighter, absolutely. Cancer patient, 100%. Dumb, 0. So, get your damn little hands out of summer shit. Quit trying to lick Coop's ass after the fact. And I guess you sit there and wait with your fluffer tongue on somebody to make sure you account for and have some transparency. And you can get on there tonight and be like, JSB, blah, 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 and create your little fucking crime drama bullshit around my name and what I've said here tonight to bring a new audience to try to discredit some more to the newcomers, especially. I don't give a shit. Just like I've not given a shit from day one about what anybody in this world thinks of me, especially not YouTube and online. I do not care. What I do care about is Summer and all these innocent people you all have robbed and are continuing to fucking rob. And even though those people are strangers to me, they deserve a voice. So y'all can just go straight on to hell. So there's that. Y'all are still the common criminals you were. You're still doing exactly what you've been doing the whole time. And I'm just not. Save your bullshit. And I'm sure if Coop was actually on the other end of that call today, I'm sure he was laughing too. Because if you think that boy's blips to what your dumb asses were saying for weeks, please spare us. Really, does this accent really make people think we're all that stupid and oblivious? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? I know it does, because when I travel to bigger cities, it's the nose turner. It's, oh, you're cute. I get it. I think we all like, whatever. And the level of manipulation, psychological stuff, mental stuff, emotional things, and then the threats on top of it. And then you've got shit like Hatter intertwined. And I'm telling you, Hatter / Daryl Jacobs there. I mean, he might be a singular nut and Fruit Loop on his own. But I don't know. He has a certain flavor for me, guys. And he seems to pop up during these particular cycles and hoaxes and targeting directed at me with the rest of YouTube. And trust me, it has turned this week, even from the friendly crime drama channels that were nice and are now like, oopsie, slip of the tongue, and think I don't know about bullshit in the background. So, whatever. Either way, y'all go find other channels other than these damn crime drama assholes. There are better channels and creators out there that really are in it for Summer, really aren't making money on her, absolutely have the monetization turned the fuck off on their channels, and are actual researchers. They're actually asking questions. Go find those people, I beg you. And anything you see being done or said.
Hold on, Earl got something to say.
I'm the only one to make money. You know that.
Or threats made, etc. Weird, funky shit from these particular smaller crime drama channels turned into law enforcement. Especially where it concerns, money coming to, going from Chase and others that are noteworthy. Because I'm telling you, Chase / Brad. But I'm in no mood tonight, let me tell you. I feel like hell, can't see out of my right eye. Shit's going south, I'm freezing. I don't feel good. With the fire in my soul, yeah, like I'm not with you people, your fluffer ass, silver fork tongue bullshit. I'm just not. I don't know what's behind that. So does everybody else. So, scary. Whatever. Pretend all you want, especially for the newcomers and international attention. When you say greed's what's going to get you caught, it's what's already gotten you looked at. So, carry on. So, one of these days you'll have to show transparency to somebody. You can try to move and poof that shit around, and you can try to pretend it don't exist, or the questions don't exist, or that people even better than I can't figure out your little web easily and haven't dealt with your types before. But they literally have police and federal and Interpol groups dedicated to things just like you, right? And specifically, masking for friends. Yeah. So anyway, that's where I'm at with that. God, my head. Either way, nope, ain't working. Shit. Ooh. Sorry, I feel a little touch of like one of the little episodes that put my ass in the ambulance and keeps making me feel weird. There's something happening. I feel a little flavor of that. Yeah, incoming. Guys, I'm gonna get off here for a minute.
All right. So I've been going back to her channel after these little lives and watching a couple of her newer things. But right now I don't have the time to do that because I got to help my husband with something. He's getting ready to cut the grass. So the next round, maybe we'll do it. But I'll be back in about an hour. The next video's done. I'm going to show her waking her daughter up in the middle of the night, and I just want to let you guys know that that was public information that she had put on her public YouTube, so we can commentate on it. Okay, her daughter's face is not shown, she's just in the background. But after that video, what I'm going to show you is her hunting Andy down and making someone who is not Andy while pushing it to her daughter that it is. So I will see you guys all in about an hour or so. Dang, Earl is a party pooper. Well, another thing is I'm trying to separate some of these videos so you guys don't have to watch 8 hours of Jody Sue to get one little part if you need it. I'm also saying anybody can use my videos that needs to clip them, whether you like me or you don't. Just give me credit for having them, and don't bash me. You're welcome to use them. You can bash me when you're not using my shit, but don't bash me while you're using what I am giving you. Please. That's all I'm asking. All right, guys. Peace and love. See you in about an hour. Mwah.